Yemimar D was a boy living in a typical well-to-do family in an ordinary village. It was a holiday, and as usual he and his friends were gathered at the nearby ground to play. As they were playing football under a clear sky, a sudden bolt of lightning and a clap of thunder struck. For 5 seconds everything went dark. When Yemimar opened his eyes, his friends had all run away in fear. He ran towards his house. On the way, parked cars inexplicably started up on their own, and their sirens blared. But Yemimar didn't pay any attention. However, one thing did catch his notice. It usually took at least 5 minutes to get from the ground to his house, and he would be quite out of breath by the time he arrived. But this time, he was standing in front of his house without feeling tired at all. Still, he didn't think much of it then. Yemimar entered the house and went straight to his room. He closed the door and collapsed onto his bed, quickly falling asleep. Later that night, his mother came to wake him. Yemimar opened his eyes and was shocked. A blue light surrounded his body. He quickly got up and flicked the light switch. The blue light disappeared as the room filled with light. When he turned the light off, the blue glow reappeared. This sight astonished him. He realized that he had gained some extraordinary ability. He immediately went to his mother. "Mom, I'm not hungry." His mother got angry with him. "Did you run all the way back from playing just to come inside and sleep? You haven't eaten anything yet. At least eat this one meal. Your father works so hard to provide for us. Don't make a habit of wasting food every day." Following his mother's words, he ate his food like a good boy. The next 2 or 3 days passed as usual. When he went to school, his friends started teasing him. "What's wrong, man? Your mom said you got scared and fell sick after a lightning and thunder strike," a friend asked. "We thought you had turned to ashes," another one mocked. But their teasing and isolation didn't affect him in any way. While sitting in the classroom, his classmates were making a lot of noise. They were laughing and joking, making a racket. Just then, the class teacher walked in. "Everyone, be silent," the teacher said. In moments, the classroom fell into complete silence. That's when Yemimar noticed something. Not only could he hear the sounds inside the classroom, but he could also hear faint sounds from miles away. The passing of cars, people whispering, and other distant noises pierced his young ears. One day, there was a fight between a group of senior students and a gang from outside. The outsiders trespassed into the school and clashed with the senior team. Many of the senior students ran away in fear, and some were beaten and fell to the ground. Seeing this, Yemimar ran towards them. A senior student who was lying on the ground, beaten, tried to stop him. "Hey, don't go there. Even we couldn't do anything to them. They'll toss you into the air like a football," he said. But Yemimar didn't seem to hear him. Once when they were playing on the ground, the ball had fallen into a nearby pond. The rule was that whoever kicked the ball out of the field had to retrieve it. That day it was Yemimar who had kicked the ball, and he was too afraid to jump into the pond. It was this same senior who was getting beaten up now who had helped him then. That's why Yemimar ran to save his friend, disregarding all the warnings. Without even unleashing his full power, he beat them to a pulp. The gang, bruised and battered, ran away for their lives. From that day on, Yemimar became a star in the school. One night, Yemimar woke up with a start. He heard the cries of a baby. Curious to know what was happening, he left his house and ran towards the sound. The sight he saw when he arrived filled him with anger. A few thugs were attacking a family. To prevent the crying baby and the helpless neighbors from recognizing him, Yemimar took off his vest, tied it over his head, and lunged in front of the thugs. The thugs laughed. "Are you a little boy here to save them? You'll get it too." Before one of the thugs could finish speaking, a blue light shot out from Yemimar's hand and knocked him to the ground. The armed thugs rushed at the young boy. As the neighbors watched, Yemimar beat all of them to the ground. The thugs ran away for their lives. Yemimar ran over, picked up the baby, stood him up, gave him a kiss, and disappeared into the darkness. Days passed. The talk of the town was the unknown hero. Amidst these discussions, Yemimar realized something. Cameras were widespread in the town and at major establishments. He decided he needed a new identity to protect his secret. He sat at home and watched superhero movies. The looks of Superman, Spider-Man, and Batman inspired him. After hours of thinking, he decided to create a costume that matched his powers. He had the color of the energy that came from his hands in his mind. He stitched a blue and white suit. On the chest he emblazoned a large Y, the first letter of his name. From the Y, lines extended like lightning bolts to other parts of his body. The suit was a symbol of his new power. Thus Yemimar gave himself a name, Y-Man. Meanwhile, TV channels were engrossed in discussions about this unknown hero. It seems like a young boy is doing all this. Who is he? Where did he get this power from? These questions flashed across the screen. The name Y-Man was later picked up by newspapers and channels. Thus, the name Y-Man grew to become a symbol of new hope in the hearts of everyone in town. Dr. Denzel was the chief scientist in India's defense sector. He worked in a secret lab guarded by hundreds of soldiers. While other countries knew the names of many scientists, no one had any information about him. India's regulations were that secretive. Nevertheless, Dr. Denzel's desire was to be known globally, just like other scientists. He felt envious when he learned that a young boy had achieved a field that was out of his reach. Realizing that Y-Man had superhuman abilities, the doctor decided to observe him. For that, he decided to send a group of mechanical flies which he had created in his new lab to the small village. To be continued. The next part will be released this Saturday. If you like this story, please like, subscribe and share.